Hello everyone, I'm Dr. Gowri Ramachandran, Economist. I'm just meeting you, glad to meet you all for the second episode of mine. Soon after the budget, after 10 days of budget, everybody had analyzed length and breadth and good, bad and ugly of the budget and gave their own perspective. I just thought I could give my perspective, quite busy in just covering with other channels and in media, print media about my views. I'm just posting it a bit late, but with a different concept, combining with my pet topic of diamond. Diamond, we talk about 4C's: cut, color, clarity, and carrot. And I just thought put the concept of economic, this budget analysis into the four conceptual C's. The budget has got a real good job in 4C's. One is consolidation, which is fiscal consolidation, then Capex, capital gains, and consumption. Wonderfully, this has been pocketed in a different four things. In the way, the theme of the budget is employment, skilling, MSME, and middle class. So, how my 4C's are fit into the theme of these four conceptual thing what FM has presented. Let's just see the consolidation. The fiscal prudence is so beautifully laid, and the map of this macroeconomic plan of fiscal deficit curtailing to 4.9%, which was projected as 5.1 in the interim budget, tapered to 4.9 thanks to very large sum of RBI dividend came into that. People were thinking much more spending will happen, but this happens in a different way, where the fiscal deficit has been reduced and the fiscal map as shown FY26 it will be 4.5. That's a very good path, and fiscal consolidation is the first one, which I just thought is a commendable work by the ministry. Then comes Capex. Government have been continuously spending on Capex. This time people thought that there is a pressure from the coalition partners, will that happen or not? And there is some pressure which has come from the coalition partners, for which also has been provided. Even for Bihar, 30,000 crore have been allocated for various infrastructure things, but with the aid of international multilateral institutions means. Last financial year itself, by Bihar's state capital was, their budget itself was 26,000 crores. Now they have to use over and above that, this 30,000 also for them, and we need to wait and see how they are going to utilize it. Well, then comes the Andhra Pradesh also the similar way. From the multilateral agencies, the amount is going to be done, because there is no concept of special allocation given to any of the states, which has been discontinued. Then original in the budget 11.11 lakh crores are being kept, which is close to 17% of the GDP for the capital expenditure in railways, road, port, and of course in defense. That will create a national asset, and capital asset formation will happen more, and that takes progress towards a developing nation. Then comes, we have an allocation of 1.5 lakh crores also seen in the budget, which is for the rest of the states. All the state government can take a interest-free 50-year repayment loan for development of their state infrastructure, which is very good. And in the next of the 9 months, the states can just look forward to this kind of a thing and project their infrastructure plans and take the benefit out of this outlay. Then comes capital gain. Capital gain requires a lot of reforms for quite some time, and direct tax reforms have come slowly 4 years before the new tax for the taxpayers have been given. Yet slowly people are migrating, keeping this benefit and that benefit, and exemptions we'll have to curtail it in the new. There is no exemption in the new tax regime, which everybody know about it. Then what is this capital gains? Talk about it. Capital gains, you all know that there is an LTCG and STCG, short term and long term. So in the short term, there is a inflow of more depositors are coming into the mutual fund and stock market marginally, and so there is an increase of 15% to 20% in short term capital gain, which was not expected of it, but yet they have made it. Fine. Then comes the long-term capital gain. There was a knee-jerk reaction soon after the announcement, where the real estate felt that the withdrawal of the indexation benefits and straight 12.5% single rate for all asset classes, which is good in one way, might in case to case of a real estate sale of assets happens in a different way, negative. And so there was debate going on, and this is real estate things are suffering up in that way. But if you just work it out on a 80 to 90% of the cases, what I have worked out seem to be 12.5%, not much of a difference. In fact, there's a gain marginally in the 12.5% slab. Now there is no different rate of taxes for the long term. It's a single 12.5%, which is good. Then we talk about the consumption. There was inflation in the food inflation, potato, tomato, onion and all that increased periodically. The rates have been there, and so the inflation, food inflation was increasing, which we all know in a couple of months, last few months. And so FM within the few minutes of her budget speech itself said that the inflation will be controlled by making the supply side economy into place. The food consumers place, nearest to the consumer's place, the availability of the food grains and other things will be made soon. So those kind of things, policy guidelines should come, and the implementation should take place to see to that the inflation measures from the supply side economy take place. Monetary side, RBI will take care. Then comes, you have a job creation, where the beautifully the rural economy, the job creation is happening, as well as urban economy also the job creation is happening. The MSME, they have given in the Tarun project, that is in the Mudra loan, from 10 lakhs to 20 lakhs they have made it under there are certain self-guarantee backed bonds people can give with the collateral, take more loan as well. And in the job creation, employment, which has been the need for this, as we have a lot of skilled employment persons, so they have done a lot of incentive for the skilling, government sponsored skilling, training and other things. And also those skilled persons, how they will be inducted into the industry. So they have given benefit to the first time employees by giving some direct benefit transfer, and to the employer 2 years support of making payment of their EPFO contributions. So that really gives a signal that there is a clear job creation in the formal sector, and in manufacturing sector it is going to be done more heavily. Even MSME can just do that and get the benefit out of it. And so 45% of the GDP is coming from MSME's work. So they can employ more persons and get these things done. So the non-formalized sector also will come into the formalized sector, and thus job creation is taken care. And in addition to that, in all government schemes of Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana and whatever other Yojana it is there, the allocation is there, the short-term job creation will continue to happen. So those things will get formalized when they are getting into these kind of a corporate entry. So that is about the job creation. And there's the education incentives for the student loan and industry academia benefit, and all other things are also being in place. And for health, it is, though in COVID period we needed more outlay, and now it is reasonably lesser, but still it will take care for the rest of the 9 months. And so it is an all-encompassing, complete capsule of all C's in place, which is consolidation, Capex, capital gain and consumption, keeping into that which provides job creation, that is an employment, and MSME is taken care of. Middle class, the salaried class, there is a standard deduction raised from 50,000 to 75,000, which is a marginal thing which is happening after so many years. So everybody is switching on to the new regime where there is no exemption, and so this is a minimum token benefit the salaried class will get it. I feel this 9 months we can see out of this budget proposals what are being presented, a clear growth is visible with the consolidation of the fiscal, and there's a good reduction of debt to GDP ratio, and that signals a good growth in the international arena itself India has been looking for. This presentation of mine, and my view, is given after 3 weeks of the budget is presented, precisely combining three more aspects: the changes which has happened soon after the budget. Various corners of the people are represented to finance minister, stating that the LTCG is very high and we should go back to the old regime of indexation method followed by the various rates for the different classes of asset. So that has been heeded to, and a notification is issued. So there are two things which go parallelly. One, people can choose to go with the new 12.5% of LTCG tax rate, or they can go with the indexation method and then go. So that is one relief for the clarification. Who will be the various calculation coming out, which is gain, which is loss, and other things are sorted for the time being. Second thing is, Labour Ministry Chief Secretary had given a notification. The job creation aspects which was presented in the budget will start happening in numbers in actual from December 2024. The modus operandi and others have been circulated and action is being taken. The third one is the much awaited inflation, which we've been talking about, and which was highly food inflation. Many of the hotels, the salads are all not there, and some of the vegetable shops, some vegetables are not seen at all. So that was the case, and now the Monday, couple of days before, there is a inflation numbers presented, which was a very surprise to all quarters. Is it a data manipulation or the real thing which has happened? Let's just see what the data says. The data is July retail inflation is slowed to 3.5%, which is 5 years, which has not happened. Then there is food inflation. We were talking about the food inflation, which is eased to 13-month low of 5.4% in July from 9.3% of the June. In the last 2023 same July, it was 7.44%. So what is that which has happened to that is the food component is coming under the consumer CPI index only. So that base is enlarged. So this change has happened. So there is certain reason for every numbers to appear, and this is the technical reason why the numbers are appearing in this way. One more caution, we'll have to wait for the monsoon to happen so that the retail inflation sustainability in the months to come. So with these 3 cheers post budget, we'll just see the further videos what I present, and continue to see my videos and like. And I would like you all to subscribe my video and continue to watch for the new topics which is propping up in the economy with the great insights into this. Thank you.